everybody, my name is Eagle Doc. Welcome back to Fragrance Reviews. Today we're reviewing two fragrances on opposite ends of the spectrum. On one hand, we have a hard-to-wear traditional masculine scent that puts hair on your chest. It is testosterone-fueled Aramis. This is from the 2016 batch, before it got screwed. On the other hand, a gentle, beautiful, feminine white floral fragrance fit for the most soft, gentle, loving one. Ralph Lauren Blue. Why don't we get into this review? Why don't we start off with one end of the spectrum? Aramis, old fragrance from 1966. Been through many reformulations. Mine is from 2017, so it was before the 2018-2019 era of reformulations that kind of killed every fragrance. We know this is the era that basically killed off Aventus completely. It is a true old school Chypre fragrance. That's how you say it, Chypre? Chypre? Oui, oui. Sounds like a pig. No, Chypre fragrance. Chypre. It is a true old school Chypre fragrance. Puts chair on your hat. It's old school Chypre fragrance. Puts chair. I cannot speak. It's an old school Chypre fragrance that puts hair on your chest and is testosterone fueled. I'm talking, this is the Arnold Schwarzenegger of fragrances. This is the Ronnie Coleman of fragrances. Being old, it has a lot of typical notes from the time and some unique scents. And being old, it has a ton of scents. Top notes: aldehydes, myrrh, artemisia, clover, thyme, bergamot, and gardenia. Middle notes of patchouli, sage, jasmine, cardamom, and orris root. And base notes of leather, oat moss, musk, vetiver, sandalwood, amber, and coconut. It starts off weirdly fresh. Green fragrance that is musky and dirty as hell. You can tell what notes are in here just by smelling it. I mean, it is filthy and animalic. Very masculine, leathery, and oak mossy. It has a freshness to it to complement it, though. Animalic but clean and musky. Has an old school Chypre vibe. Sort of like Stetson or Royal Copenhagen. It's odd, animalic but clean, fresh but dirty, sexy, strange, everything in between. This is one I would need to wear out to see opinions, and I have worn it, and generally speaking, it's gotten some pretty good reviews. When I wrote this, it was when I first got this, about start of the month-ish. Yeah, about start of November, end of October, start of November, at a Vaughn sale where it was cheaper than discounters. And I mean, I've worn it a lot, and I've never gotten anyone to say, ew, that's gross. I mean, I put on light sprays. I put on 5 sprays. I put one here, one here, one here, one on the back, one on my wrist, sometimes a second one, but usually I just dab them. It's about 4 or 5 sprays, and it works well. It's not a fragrance that is super off-putting, especially this formulation. I've never had the old formulations of Aramis, but I've heard they're very hard to wear, almost impossible for some people. And the new for formulations, I've smelled them, they're very watered down. But this smells really nice. It works really well for what you're looking to get with it. Uh, it's a beautiful fragrance, well made. Not a decent amount of compliments, but I have gotten a compliment or two. I haven't worn this much compared to some of my others, but it is a pretty nice fragrance that, generally speaking, gets some really good reviews. It's old, but not in a bad way. More of an old school, cool, old school, sexy, bad boy kind of way. Uh, it's very nice. It works even today. I feel there are people who could pull Aramis off today. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's a grandpa scent. But I love grandpa scents. And if you want to try an old school Chypre fragrance, I would say go for it. It projects like crazy, and for a while, although most people say that the new versions don't have that, yeah, they're kind of right. This is a great fragrance. Now on to a fragrance of the complete opposite end. Ralph Lauren Blue. From uber masculine to an uber feminine. Not necessarily sexy feminine, but a soft, gentle feminine. Now, I love feminine fragrances. Hell, Miss Dior is possibly one of my favorite fragrances. Miss Dior Bloom and Bouquet is one I love, and Chanel Number 5 is even one that I would actually actively wear. I love women's fragrances, don't get me wrong. I'm not some guy who's like, if it's not the most masculine thing ever, it's a horrible thing. No, fuck it. I'll wear women's fragrances. I'll wear unisex. I'll wear fragrances leaning. I don't care. This is a white floral fragrance. Released in 2005. My batch is from 2018. Apparently, this has been discontinued, so get it if you can. Top notes: jasmine, gardenia, lotus, lily of the valley, peony, grapefruit, and melon. Middle notes of tuberose, orange blossom, basil, verbena, and rose. Base notes of musk, vetiver, oak moss, suede, sandalwood, and amber. At first smell, this is a typical early 2000s gardenia scent. Now, that's not to call it bad. It is very sweet, a fresh floral scent with a nice little bit of playfulness to it. You can really get the white florals. It's got a nice, clean muskiness from the jasmine and the gardenia. And the lotus is very fresh. You can smell the melon. That is a big thing here, is you can smell the melon. Uh, it's not necessarily like a specific type of melon, but there is a melony note. And also pretty grapefruity note. It's got peony. It's very fresh. It's clean, but sweet and soft and silky. As a melon man myself, a self-proclaimed melon man who will eat anything melon, who will smell anything melon, who loves anything melon. I mean, I have a Ross Chastain Melon Man shirt because I'm that much of a melon head. I love my melon. This smells nice, fresh, clean, and very fruity. It could work for any year or occasion. It's just so nice and pleasant. It gives off the vibe of a gentle, carefree young lady dancing in the field of flowers, in a flower field. Very soft and gentle, something they'll love to smell at anyone. It's also not very sharp, a weird thing for these kind of fragrances. Usually, the white florals do have a slight sharpness, you could say. This is very smooth. The slightly musky muguet scent combined with the freshness of the lotus and the peony and the sweetness of the fruit melon is really nice. On top of that, you do get a lot of the tuberose and orange blossom and the rose as well. Generally, I get the musk and the vetiver somewhat, but I don't really get much of the other notes. I'm sure if I was to give it more wear, I could probably pick it out. But compared to some other options, this just is kind of odd in a way. As a guy, this can be hard to pull off. But you could actually wear this in public as a guy. You just need to style it in a specific way. Obviously, this is very feminine, but to say it's unusable by men is an absolute lie. It's just special. I would actually like to wear this dressed up for like a daytime date. That'd be nice. All in all, if you want to smell like a man, get Aramis. It is very strong and potent. If you can find pre-2018-2019 batches, you're absolutely golden. His mine is smoothed out compared to the old one, but still a typical Aramis scent that we come to. As for Ralph Lauren Blue, I highly recommend this to women for everyday wear, if you can find it, that is. It is pleasant and it is versatile for every situation. And if you are a feminine man, or you love floral fragrances like I do, if you're a nerd like me for anything floral, who will smell anything floral, Gucci, Louis, I don't care. If it's floral, I'll take it. Then you would probably like this. Anyways, thank you all for coming to the fragrance review of Aramis and Ralph Lauren Blue. As always, like, comment, subscribe, go for the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. My name is Eagle Dak, signing out. Pizza.